Everyone, and welcome back to our monthly winner box here at Grey Ogre Games. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside Wilson.
No!
We are watching a match here. Somebody we saw last round, which is who is Xu Xiang versus Dennis Lim. I think I got the right name right? Dennis Lim.
Yep.
We are in round 3 of our standard tournament, and Xu Xiang here we know is playing the blue-white. Might be Monument, might just be like blue-white Flash Flyers kind of deck, and Dennis here is playing blue-red control, maybe. Starts off with a Magma Spray and can't really see his hand, but it could be quite good. Here beats in with the Trouble Inspector. Bang, 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 bang. Trouble Inspector getting in the beats. Yeah, Dennis here. Not quite sure what he's on though, but looks kind of spicy. It's probably going to cycle his... Spell Queller for no value at all. Okay. Yeah, I don't quite like... I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing.
Is it like just testing the water or something?
Yeah,
like,
it's probably testing water. I would have probably wanted to draw a few more cards. Supreme Will here going to counter that, but he leaves him open for a turn for... turn for Gideon, but unfortunately doesn't have that Gideon.
Your inspection shall begin.
Like
if the magic would have their own like quotes whenever they attack.
Hey, you think this is what? What's that? World of Warcraft. Not World of Warcraft.
Hearthstone?
Yeah, Hearthstone. Heroes of Warcraft or whatever. I'm surprised they never bring in StarCraft and other characters.
Cool. But they did it for like Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, the Heroes of the Storm have characters from Hearthstone as well.
All the Blizzard franchises.
Yeah.
The inspection shall begin. The inspections.
No, this is not Final Fantasy, man. You can't,
True.
Okay, so Dennis here stuck on. Finds his 4th land and just passes the turn. Probably going to Glimmer of Genius and end step. But we know that Xu Xiang here is keeping up some counter magic, and if he draws, so he could actually go for it. He's going to cycle one of his sensors to draw an extra card, and slamming his Gideon here seems like a nice ability, but I think he should be a little bit patient. Could flash out the nimble obstructionist and beats him for 2. Okay, no questions there from Dennis. Yeah.
Red blue looking at a graveyard.
So he's going to be a little bit cautious about the Spell Queller here. And if Dennis doesn't find more lands, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. And I think Xu Xiang going to, keep the Gideon for the next turn. Here comes the Glimmer of Genius, and that's going to get countered. Yeah, that's tough. That's really, really tough. He needs extra lands. He needs more lands than he currently has. Anything that is going around. A Glory Bringer. Swing Exert. And this is where, so this is where I think Xu Xiang can cast, can start to get into that game. Nimble Obstruction is going to be cast out here. And that's 4 damage a turn. Glory Bound Initiate. So he could just go all in. Glory Bound Initiate and the Gideon. Because right now Dennis is kind of tapped out, and his Glory Bringer is not going to be bringing him glory anytime soon. So might want to take advantage of that. Yeah, Gideon's out, gonna produce a token. No fear of the Glory Bringer unless there is a second one. Which then it becomes a little bit tough. But he does have quite a substantial board, and I believe he should run out the other the Glory Bound Initiate. But let's see.
Keeping his options open first, I guess.
Yeah, because Dennis does have removal in hand. He's got shocks, he's got I can't really see what else he has in hand. Might want to play around Hour of Devastation here, which would be really, really bad. Just blow up the entire board.
Oh,
Okay, Shock takes down the Nimble Obstructionist. And leaving out 4 mana here for I'm not quite sure what. You see, if he had played the Glory Bound Initiate, that would be lethal this turn already. So that was a little bit unfortunate. I'm not quite sure why he didn't play the Glory Bound Initiate, but maybe holding up a negate or censor here, or at least letting his opponent believe that there is a negate or censor in hand. Oh, that is a very, very fine draw. Gonna go in for a total of 8 points of damage, unless Xiangshi has something to say about that.
So he's shocked.
Maybe he does. Nope. You should just let it go. It's okay. You're not going to kill your opponent this turn. Brings him down to 3. And now Dennis needs to draw something good. Alright, so Glory Bound Initiate here, which is a concern. And I think if anything, Xiangshi can let go of certain creatures. Okay, Harness Lightning on the Glory Bound Initiate. I think you just let this go. It's okay. The Glorybringer not going to be able to kill the Gideon. So Glorybringer is going to be on defense. So yeah, no land, no Torrential Gearhulk. Okay, so land. So maybe there's a Torrential Gearhulk. So we have to be very, very careful about this play.
But even if he does torrential, there isn't really much, what do you call it?
So you can swing, so he could swing in
for
with
the
the
Glimmer?
Glory Bound Initiate, yeah.
For the Glimmer, I guess.
No, you could go for the Shock or the, you probably could go for the Shock.
I see.
Okay, not going to, did not cast his Eversin right there, which is, I'm not quite sure about that. But gonna fire up that Gideon. Gonna be bashing in. Okay, and swings in with both creatures. I'm surprised he didn't cast the Eversin last turn. That would have sussed out a few cards from Danny's hand. So now you're trying to call your opponent's bluff. Maybe your opponent tap 6, cast the Torrential Gearhulk, block Gideon, and then next turn proceed to kill the Gideon.
Oh, he just
So okay, so he's going to chump block the Gideon, go down to 1. Of course, if he takes it, he dies. And now Dennis doesn't know that there is a
Selphus?
yeah.
Yes.
Dennis doesn't really know that there is a Eversin in hand. Okay, so a Braid gonna take care of the Selphus Spirit. With 1 card in hand, not quite sure whether Xiangshi feels good about this, because what he can do is cast the Eversin, sacrifice the Selfless Spirit, cast the Eversin, sack the Selfless Spirit, and upkeep is gonna flip. It's gonna deal you 3 points of damage. Yeah, so no what you call disallow in hand either. Or if he did have the disallow, he would have just disallowed the Eversin. Yeah, cool. That's the blue-red deck. So yeah, blue-red control falling to blue-white. Blue-white beat down, blue-white tempo,
Yeah,
something
tempo
I don't
beat
know, flash-ish. I don't know what this deck does.
The entire
We're trying
theme
to-
of Shi Xiang's deck is human spirits and
Yeah, exactly. So
human spirits and what was the other card? Spell color?
Spell color, yeah.
So it's just this deck of
so
regrets.
human spirits and angels. Yeah.
So it's this deck of regrets.
Ilham Risky M is asking, Yo Mick, how many players there today? There's a total of 20 players, so we're gonna have 5 rounds of Magic the Gathering. This is only round 3.
Ilham.
Yeah, what's up, Ilham? I hope you're still watching. Why are you not watching the Pro Tour, by the way?
Yeah. No, why aren't you in the shop?
Maybe you're double watching. No, I think Ilham works on Sundays.
Ah,
or
oh
something.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, why
Mhm.
you not playing, man? Why you not
Very
playing? Man?
standard.
You are like the Ilham has the most points right now.
Yes, actually he does has the most
He's
point
the most
for
points
yes.
for our QP for our seasonal qualifiers.
Yeah, correct.
Does he have enough for
He has already enough for one buy actually.
one buy?
Yes.
How about two buys?
He will probably needs to work a little hard.
How about three buy? Hey, you don't try three buy.
buys a bit.
Hey.
I'm so like
Hey,
win the
cannot say
tournament.
cannot say bad words, 107
Yes.
qualifying points.
So he
and,
actually just need around 33 more points to get the second buy.
definitely invited for the second seasonal qualifiers. And if you want to
Yeah.
find out more about our invitationals, make sure you go down to greyogregames.com. The invitationals will lead up to the championships. So at the end of the year, we're gonna have this big tournament. I'm very excited about that tournament. Like everybody's now doing like double elimination brackets. It's like, come on, we came up with it first. We were the ones who innovate. Actually, no, they well, who
Let's not
was
review
ones?
the sources, but well.
Yeah, okay, that. But now Magic the Gathering is having like double elimination tournaments and stuff like that. So it's kind of exciting. It's kind of fun to watch.
You
Ilham, you
Ilham,
overslept.
why?
Yeah, no, it's Sunday, man. It's Sunday. So yeah, if you're just joining us, you're watching the monthly winner box here at Grey Oak Games. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts, alongside Wilson.
Hi.
Yeah, he's the volleyball that floated away and now has grown a body and a sentience. Gained sentience.
You know, when I was young, I had 3 nicknames.
What?
Yeah, one was basketball for obvious reason.
Yeah, okay.
One was
Wilson.
car park for another obvious reason.
Okay.
The other one was coffee.
What's Wilson Coffee?
Yeah, well,
There's a Wilson
actually
coffee?
no. Actually, in Mandarin there is a coffee called Wei En Cafe.
Wei Yan Cafe.
Yeah,
Okay,
it just
so
so
it's a
happens that
Chinese name.
it's my
Okay.
Mandarin. So I'm like some this weird mixture of like coffee,
Wei-
basketball, and car park. My life is a lot of things, but not the things that I want.
Man, my nicknames were like simple, man. It was like Mickey Mouse and Milo.
But they didn't know the
Yeah.
origin of your name, which is
What?
Michael,
Mikhail,
Michael.
yeah.
Wow,
It's-
such a
No, but they know like it's even as like primary school kids, I think we have an understanding. Oh, your name is like Michael, but then it's not Michael, so
but
you're
they don't know
strange.
they don't know the historical importance. Of
I don't
the name
know.
Michael.
I don't really care whether they know or
And
not.
Wilson is just the son of William, so I'm like,
Wilson!
and then the volleyball
Yeah,
meme came.
volleyball, yeah. Tom Hanks in Castaway. Man, I gotta rewatch that film. It's a good film. So yeah, but the sideboard. Okay, let's talk about sideboard. Xiangxue here is playing against a control deck, so maybe your sideboard wants to play a bit more negates. Maybe your sideboard wants to play planeswalkers, things that can stick. That Dennis is here is looking to probably bring in a bit more spot removal, magma sprays. We saw some magma sprays. Want to bring in a bit more braids, just to get rid of things. But Xiangxue. Here is Shixiang is going to be either going to go a bit more threat heavy in the form of planeswalkers, or just not do
swings
anything.
Of final word, things
Swings
that
of
are
the-
hard to
yeah.
remove, this kind of stuff.
Well, hard to remove is one thing. The swings of the final word is 7 mana. This deck usually goes up to like 5 mana and then stop.
I see.
So let's see. Essence Scatter here on the Selfless Spirit and just passes the turn. I would have kept that mana up for a counter spell, but that's me. I'm crazy. So Nimble Obstructionist here would be fantastic and just pass the turn. Nope. Okay, so able to keep some mana up for removal. Gets the
Trap Inspector.
gets the Trouble Inspector on the battlefield, which is great. Essence Scatter here. Wow. So
Wow,
Dennis
okay.
is really just firing off counter spells. That is interesting. He doesn't want to give him the Thraben Inspector, which is in the entire scheme of things, I don't think it's that important.
Maybe he just want to like store the temple. so that he himself can build out something.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. But something that insignificant, I don't think you need to to put the brakes on. It's just gonna pass the turn here. Xu Xiang here going to
Glimmer. For
oh
options. Oh,
yeah,
censored
censor
out.
yeah
Oh.
censor very strong card
Yeah.
still. You gotta play around that. And Dennis unfortunately doesn't, and he is going to take quite a beating. Fourth land comes into play type, and this should be quite good. Slam that Jace and wait for a counter spell. If there's no
Reveler
counter
of
spell, like this is
Secrets.
going to be really really painful. The Dennis does not have a Wandering Fumarole on his side, so and it resolves. So this gives Xu Xiang a bit of
An edge.
an edge in this matchup. He's drawing more cards than the control player is. He is filtering the cards that he wants, and he's got a threat that can recursively keep doing everything that he wants it to do.
I think the only well, not say only, but one of the better cards to play against Jace is perhaps the Glorybringer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Glory
because if you
Bringer
were to
would
come
be
in
great.
and you exert it, then if he wants to return it, then it's like a bonus thing for the Glorybringer. Because
Yeah,
you just cast it
that's right.
again.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't think you want
Yeah,
want to
you-
bounce the Glory Bringer, right?
Yeah,
Well,
sure. So
unless you have
that means your option 2 is locked out. You are
Yeah.
forced to play +1 only.
plus
Yeah.
one is still good. Plus
Yeah,
one is
true,
very
true.
good.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
so
gonna
pull for tomorrow for 2. So he's got to draw 2 and then discard 1 card. And not the best pull from tomorrow, but I think he needs an answer to that Jace right now, before he gets out of hand. Because once Jace goes up to 9, is it 9
Eight.
or 8 counters, and then the turn after, opponent cannot play. Okay, so
Yeah,
opponent
first spell,
first
is
spell
always
gets countered, yeah, so-
and with blue red where everything is so big,
exactly,
yeah.
it's gonna be a bit tough. So
So
Glory
Glorybringer
Bringer.
comes
Okay, so
in,
he
yes.
does get the Glory Bringer. Going to hit Jace down to 5. Sorry, you're going to hit Jace down to 2, which is okay because Jace will be fine.
Yes.
Alright, Dragon Master
right.
outcast here. Without
Yes.
any
Yes, that is the card that you want to get rid of.
Yep.
So he can sack Jace by removing 2 to return it to his hand, but
Yeah.
that's not quite a good.
No,
play.
I would try to find answers
Yeah,
for
because that's not
that guy.
permanent, yeah.
Exactly. It's just a bounce. It's just
Mm.
a bounce is not very useful. All right, so look for the answer.
Or
That's
maybe you
not
could
it,
bounce a
draw.
dragon each turn. Would that be?
I would bounce if anything, I'll bounce the Dragon Master Outcast because I've got answers to that. Okay, so Gideon here gonna hit the battlefield. So wow, 5/5 dragon is no joke, man.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure we got dragons in in our token pile somewhere. Because Dragon Master Outcast is the thing. Right?
The last round.
Somebody used
Somebody used it.
No, but that's Jeffrey's
Jeffrey's
own
own tokens.
yeah, tokens.
Okay,
There we go,
yes.
dragons. Okay. So just put like numbers on the dragons. Okay. 6 mana, which means that you got Torrential Gearhawk mana open. But the fact that Dennis here decided to play the Dragon Master Outcast last turn means that maybe doesn't have it. Maybe. Who knows? But you can definitely swing in and kill the Jace or the Gideon. And which one do you pick? That's the question. Okay, so Exerted. Going to get rid of that Gideon.
Yeah. Seeing that the Jace has been like softened out, so
Exactly, yeah. So
scry.
yeah, looks like Xu Xiang not having very good draws here. In fact, negates for creatures is not very useful. He does get the Everseen here, and Everseen is going to be very, very helpful. And just going to pass the turn. So Dragon Master Outcast here going to get another dragon. Glimmer of Genius. Maybe going to get eaten up by Spell Queller.
Nope, there's a
Nope.
negate, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, negate. And then 5 mana for Everseen. If you know.
Right, that's another one.
Yep. So second 5/5 hits the battlefield. This looks like it's pretty bad.
Upslope hill.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like
Yeah.
you have to keep some form of removal, especially against blue,
Yeah.
red, because they can transition into Niblis of Frost. They can transition into Dragon Master Outcast. Everseen
comes
here. Is there a counter spell?
Huh, huh.
It looks like there's going to be a sensor.
Oh,
Yep, sensor
yep.
going to counter the Everseen.
Yes.
And Jay's going to go down. Okay.
Wow.
So the tables have turned
Mm-hmm.
quite
So
a bit,
So
actually.
the early tempo removal was and his scope
Was very very useful.
Yeah, was very useful. So that
But
he-
I don't think you use it on a trouble inspector. Honestly. You can let the trouble inspector go. Like one card is just only that much advantage, especially when you have to pay for that card.
I see.
But yeah, Dennis takes it. So the score now is 1-1. They're going to game 3. Exciting. Well, maybe not as exciting as Paulo Vita Damorosa.
I just feel that if he had the trouble inspector on his field, he would have used the Jays to bounce trouble inspector to get a clue tokens, or is that too intensive?
Yeah, that's too intensive
I
because
see.
the fact that Jace already draws you a card, so you scry and draw a card, like it's a hell lot better, and then after you use it to bounce your opponent's tokens as well.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, because Jace's abilities requires no mana, so it's I see.
So yeah, it's not the best play that you can do, but if you had something that was maybe let's say a nimble obstructionist, I think that would be viable for you to bounce back to hand
Yes,
because
I
that would
see.
be a fantastic card. Fantastic card to have in your hand. It does stop a few abilities from happening, and yeah, it's altogether.
So it's safe to assume that Shi Xiang kind of lost this match because of like
I think just subpar draws yeah.
That kind of sucks though.
It kind of sucks, but I also think that he sideboarded in the wrong things because you over sideboard, you bring in the negates and stuff like that. Like your opponent's threats are still going to be Dragon Master Outcast. It's still going to be Glorybringer. It's still going to be what's that card? The
Torrential.
Guildhawk, yeah. So Abrades are still very good, and of course he doesn't have Abrades, but Castaway, cast out is still very good, as well as some form of what's that 3 mana enchantment? Stasis Snare.
Oh, this is
So
I see.
yeah, still a very good option.
But if you take a look at all of the cards mentioned, Torrential Guildhawk, Glorybringer, all of these cards are
They get eaten up by
as in, like,
Stasis Snare
yeah,
and
but
cast
the
out.
thing about it, as in, it's like they are creatures with ETB effects, and if you were then the cards that you mentioned, they are only like what do you call it, allowed to be target if you let them resolve on the field.
That's why
Yeah.
that's also why
So
Xiangxue
that's why I think
has
that the counter spell
counter spells.
in generally is favored more than removal, I guess. in
That's
this
true.
case.
That's true. So maybe just have to be patient, especially when you have the counter spells in hand. But Dennis can just play around it. He can play around the sensors. He can play around Supreme Will. So
Yes.
Shi Xiang has a uphill task, especially once Dennis knows exactly what he is up against. So we're going to go to round 3. If you just joined us, you're watching the monthly winner box here at Grey Ogre Games. My name is Mika, one of your hosts, alongside Wilson.
What's up?
Basketball Wilson.
Let's not go
Dennis
there.
here, yeah. Dennis here going to mulligan down to 6. And let's hope he gets a better 6. So of these two players, I actually favor the control player. I really favor
Which is
control.
Dennis?
Yeah. But since Shi Xiang, actually both players have
I think they have the pros
almost
and cons kind of thing. So
yeah, there's pros and cons.
and their deck kind of like it's a good match against each other.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. If Shi Xiang can land an early Gideon, so like a turn for Gideon,
Yes.
I think he's got the game.
Yeah.
So he needs to, play it right. And Dennis might need to just play around, play around sensors. His removals are good, but sensor is still very good. Okay, Aether Hub here just to keep up turn one shock. which he may need to fire the trigger on. Nope. Okay, don't have to. Okay, so Shi Xiang here stating that he may have a negate or may have a what do you call it? I forget what's that card.
Essence? No.
Essence Scatter, yeah.
Scatter.
So alright, so Spell Queller for
for
0
nothing.
value.
And Essence
And is
Scatter.
the Essence Scatter gonna get it? Ah man, I don't like that play. I really don't like that play. Because he
I
allowed to
see.
resolve that Gideon.
Yeah, maybe that was a bait for it.
Yeah, that was definitely bait. Like, you can be taking damage each turn over and over again. He does have the Glory Bringer, but he doesn't have the mana
Mana to do
to
it.
cast the Glory Bringer. So I really didn't like that at all. Like, at all. You can let that Spell Queller go. You can take that 2 points of damage. No problem. But then you let the Gideon, you cannot let that Gideon resolve, because that's a lot of damage, and that's a lot of creatures that you need to deal with. Alright, coming in for 6. Is there anything that Dennis can do? Unsummon would be great. Okay,
Good.
shock. Get
Shocking
rid
that.
of
The
get rid of
token.
that small creature. Unfortunately, Gideon still hits for 5, which is a lot. And Shi Xiang just passes the turn. Has a Supreme Will in hand.
Supreme Will, yes.
Yeah, Supreme Verdict.
That's
Oh,
my turn.
Supreme Verdict. Supreme Will. And so he's going to Glimmer of
Glimmer.
Genius in response.
In retrospect, having played standard for such a short amount of time,
Mm.
I kind of find Glimmer to be very disgusting.
It's good.
As
It's a very good
Yeah,
card.
it's a very good card for its rarity. It's like
Correct. 4
yeah.
mana. Okay, so the best value for money draw spell is still Tidings.
Mhm.
4 mana, draw 3 cards. Right? That's harmonized Tidings. Glimmer of Genius is the second best draw card,
Well,
because
really?
the next this thing is like 4 mana, draw 2 cards, instant speed. This is 4 mana, draw 2 cards, still instant speed, but you scry 2.
Yeah,
Which is
there's-
basically,
there's so much
look at 4,
information.
look at 4 cards, and then you're saying, okay, so here Dennis is totally behind, because not keeping up mana for negates, not keeping up mana for spell colors, instead opting to try to Glimmer of Genius during his opponent's turn, knowing that Shi Xiang has 2 sets of planeswalkers, the Jace and Gideon. Yeah, so he saw them the last 2 games, and I don't know whether it's worth it to have kept those numbers, but we see
A Glory Bringer.
Glory Bringer's here, and Glory Bringer's gonna smack the Jace, bring it down to 2. Pass the Gideon, bring it down to 2. And Shi Xiang, if he does have a Avacyn, or he has a creature to block the Glory Bringer next turn, it's gonna be tough.
I do think he has an Avacyn. He drew an Avacyn quite early, if I recall.
Oh, okay. So he does have an Avacyn. Okay, so he's just gonna bounce the Glory Bringer. Bang.
Hmm.
So
Next turn it should be another 6 damage again if you cannot defend.
Mm. Hmm.
The token that Gideon generates is a 1/1 or 2/2?
The token that Gideon just generate is a 2/2.
I see,
2/2
so
night
it-
ally token.
I see. So it's 7 damage instead. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, but all he needs
Ah.
to do is get in 5.
Hitting
If there's an
Gideon.
Avacyn here, there's an
Yeah,
Avacyn
yeah,
here, and that's the game. That's really a game, because there's nothing much that
one single blue, or even if you censor, you just can.
and he'll kill the Glory Bringer as well. So Glory Bringer dies, and next turn
He
Next
gets
time
to
just win.
flip.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's GG.
J. Dennis here. Well, I think a few mistakes that Dennis made, which is basically trying to tap out during his opponent's, during his own turn. If you are the control player, you tap out, like it's gonna lead to very bad consequences. So yeah, try not
Gives
to.
free reign to your opponent to do whatever they want. So.
Exactly. Okay. We are going to go for a short break. Thank you for joining us so far. We still got 2 more rounds for the for the tournament. So do stick around. Before we go, just want to remind you that you can catch us on the stream every Tuesday and Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Singapore time. If you miss those, make sure you head on down to youtube.com/Grey Ogre Games. Go and check out all our replays of past tournaments, including the PPTQ Rivals of Ixalan, which I have been showing during the breaks. Last but not least, do listen to the Power 9 podcast. Every week, myself and Alfian, we get together and we talk shop about this little game called Magic the Gathering. All right, we're going to go off. So see you guys in a bit.